Guys, gals, non-binary pals, welcome back. The last time you were here, we reviewed, well, other things, but this little guy, this little Percy from the All Engines Go Crystal Caves Percy 3-pack. You know, those things. And I wanted to come back and just say, I randomly remember that every Trackmaster came with some kind of line or wave of sorts, like pretty much everything from Little Friends, Big Friends, Trackmaster 2 stuff. I also wanted to say, well, these guys also came in a line, and I have here today... Oops, that was a bad way to transition. Yeah, I have the rest of the lineup for this 3 in this wave. Here we have the Medieval Thomas and the Dino Fix 'em Up Friends set. Both from the Thomas and Friends All Engines Go range, and actually the last 2 in this little lineup of 3 characters, which if you go on like the Amazon website or something, you'll find all 3 of them are within the same listing. I don't know what to call it on Amazon. Funny story of how I actually ended up with these 2 is I ended up going to South Dakota recently for a trip for summer vacation, and well, we went to this giant drugstore called Wall Drug, which is in Wall, South Dakota, and these were like 2 of the few things I actually found that was Thomas related on the entire trip, which was like almost a week or so long, maybe longer. Long story short, these 2 were the ones I bought because I didn't feel like buying like a Luke Diesel set or a Luke Thomas set. And that's, I guess, what we're talking about today. Let's first look at the Medieval Thomas, specifically in the box. Now, on the back of old Trackmasters, there used to be something where it would display like the entire lineup. So this one would have the Medieval Thomas, Percy, and then the Dino Fix 'em Up Friends set over here, off screen. This time, it's just, they have a single render of an All Engines Go Thomas, and absolutely nothing else. It's just warning labels in other languages. Like if you wanted to learn Spanish for some reason, but only the warning label of Spanish. I guess you could do that if you felt like it. The front is pretty much the same, except this time, instead of having a graphic of like the spinning radar dish, like from Percy's pack, it has a graphic of, I want to say like a chainmail Thomas right here. It has the graphic of the launching boulder. Yeah, someone at Mattel thought that projectiles would be a fun thing to put into the toy. Then again, they thought the same thing about boiler explosions. So this is the Medieval Thomas in its full entirety. We have Thomas, the dragon, and the launching boulder. Let's look at the Thomas first. Bad rock. The Thomas is... I don't know if I'm confused about why they chose gray upwards, or if this is why they chose dragon scales instead of like an armor appeal. Also, if you can hear any noises in the background, that's probably just my cat meowing. Let me go get her. Never mind, she didn't want to come. The Thomas is weird because I don't know why they chose dragon scales for the paint, and they didn't paint the top half, because on this up here, it is completely painted on the top. But for this, it's gray. I don't know why. Now, this is my first time owning an All Engines Go Thomas. I forgot they molded the coal and the cab roof into the same thing. I don't know why. I'm saying I don't know why for a lot of these things. The face, camera focus. The face is actually kind of funny. It's like a determined expression. I like how they gave them like unique expressions just for this. But then again, it's probably due to the fact that these are printed and not like they need a whole separate mold for the face. The paint goes into gray again. Weird. Maybe this is like they unfinished it and was like, yeah, this is good enough. This goes into armor. Scales into armor. Weird enough. The dragon is a separate load from its car. So finally I have like a normal looking car. It's like a gray flatbed. The dragon looks fine. It is... I can't tell if that's print or sticker detail. I'm not going to test out. Oh, the wings feel... Yeah, the wings, I don't know if it'll show up on camera that well, but like, it looks like they printed them and molded them separately. And they move really easily. Is it the same with the... No, you can't... Okay, I don't know if that was designed on purpose, but you can twist the dragon's head. That's kind of funny. Like, you can have him looking halfway like this at the camera. Or just away. Like, I'm angry. No talk. Really funny. It's cute. I think this matched Dragon Run. I don't remember what the episode was. But I did watch that. That was one of the few episodes I actually got to watch, because they're on a ridiculous time of day. The boulder is... If I had a Rusty, this would be so funny, because then I could just launch it at him. But I think the boulder, other than maybe the dragon or the Thomas, was the main reason I got this. Because, look at that. Launching projectiles. What could not be more fun in a train set? So now I can create Rusty and the Angry Birds thing. And Thomas, Percy, and the dragon. Right. Of course, you didn't just see that. You also saw... Why do I keep doing that? The Dino Fix-Em-Up Friends. Now, on the cover, there's a, what was her name again? Carly? Yeah, something like that. Carly is shown on the cover, but I don't think for their, Trackmaster or normal release of Carly and Sandy. I think Sandy was also on the cover, not just Carly. This one has mud detailing, and the normal one most likely doesn't. On the back, there is a different render of Carly and also a new render of Sandy, also with the mud detailing. And just a bunch of warnings and licenses and stuff on the back, like, created by Brett Alcroft. Why do they still... Focus camera. Why do they still... Focus, I said. Why do they still use the old Thomas image illustration thing? I probably won't get that forever. I'm not going to film me opening it because that took forever with the Thomas. Our main attractions of this set include Carly, a dinosaur, if my finger would point at it correctly, and Sandy. Carly, I believe, has a unique new expression. I don't remember if that was with her old model or not. Again, these are my first All Engines Go toys that I have. She does have an opposable crane, I guess, which is, you know, neat. And it doesn't actually... Can it rotate? Please tell me it can rotate. Oh, yay, it can rotate. Yay. Because for some reason, the Trackmaster Harvey release doesn't have... Wait, I got him. I got him right here. The Trackmaster Harvey only has his arm turned around, like, part way. Oops. Luckily, that's not the same with Carly, I guess. Sandy really just appears to be the weird one with... Yeah, I know that's a unique expression. I've probably seen her at least 3 or 4 times before. But, her wheels are really close together. Man. She doesn't have, like, a normal coupling, and I'm gonna assume that's so she can hold her tools, which she gets in, like, separate releases. I think there was one that she got a blowtorch. I think the back coupling is the same, and she also has this hook on the top, which, if you ever felt like it, you can make, like in the show, you can make Carly carry Sandy. Of course, not very far up, because the crane arm doesn't move that far. Like, this is how far up it will move. I'm I'm desperately trying to make it go up farther, but it's not working. Yeah, you can't lift her all that far up, but you can still swing her around 360 degrees. And then there's the Dinosaur, which I'm gonna assume the reason why they gave her a scared expression was because they made the dinosaur facing her. Yippee! I can't wait to love owning a forever scared Sandy. The dinosaur was the main reason why I even got this set in the first place. Because, I mean, the dinosaur is well detailed. It has... I don't know if you count that as good proportions or not. I don't remember how tall they were at all, but... It doesn't look like an all-engines go thing, and I probably could use this in, like, if I ever felt like recreating that one story with Rheneas and the dinosaur. There's at least 3 people I know, or at least one person I know that would absolutely love for me to make more Rheneas content. Once I get a Rheneas, I will, I promise. The dinosaur, hang on, let me see if it actually fits in an old Trackmaster. It does. Whoops. It does. It just barely fits in a Trackmaster 2 Troublesome Truck. Wow, that's kind of impressive. The mouth sadly does not close. The tail doesn't move, and again, I don't know if you can see this, but there's this weird... It looks like it was printed in 2 separate parts, which is probably easier for them, honestly. It has a special car, get in focus camera, please. It has a special car which is like exclusive to it. I don't think other loads can fit on it that well. No, they can't, because because like the average hole in the car is bigger than these tiny pegs. But you can stand the dinosaur in both. Yeah, you can stand it in both directions, because that'd be kind of not amazing if it couldn't stand in both. But yeah, that was the Dino Fix 'em Up Friends set. I keep wanting to saying the Muddy Fix 'em Up Friends because they're mud. And that's probably all there is to it. I know people don't want me to collect All Engines Go because it's not classic Thomas or Railway Series. I don't care. These things look really, really adorable. Like, that is probably one of the better All Engines Go expressions for a Thomas face. General rating for Thomas, probably like a 7, 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10 seems pretty fair. The Dragon has a lot of good detail. Thomas has interesting paint job. I love the face, and the fact that I can launch boulders at people is going to be fun. If I don't do that by mistake. The Dino Fix 'em Up Friends also probably gets an 8 out of 10. These are actually well-made toys. Surprising, shocking, I know. But, like, they aren't Trackmaster 2 horrible. No, they're not Classic Series. And no, they're not, like, Adventures or Take and Play or Take Along. I understand. It's not trying to be Classic Thomas. It's trying to be its own thing. And it may not be Classic Thomas, but it's certainly, you know, itself. I love the expressions. Sandy's is absolutely priceless. And I love the dinosaur. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Alright, time for a running montage. Yeah, it's a miniature layout, so what? Oh, hi, kitty.